What if I told you that there is a version of you, right at this very moment living in total abundance? A version that does not struggle, does not force, does not chase, simply receives. It exists somewhere in the quantum field of possibilities, breathing with the same frequency that the universe uses to create galaxies. And the only difference between you and that version is not effort, it is vibration. You feel it, don't you? That strange sensation that something is wrong with money in your life, as if there were an invisible wall between you and prosperity. As if, no matter how much you work, study, plan, the flow never reaches you the way it should. And then you wonder, why doesn't it work for me? Why does it seem so easy for others? The answer is not in what you do, it is in what you emit. There is an energetic frequency that you have been carrying since childhood, a silent belief, installed so deep in your nervous system that you don't even realize it is there. It whispers in the back of your mind, every single day, in every decision you make. And that whisper says, money is not for me. I am not worthy. I need to suffer to deserve it. If I have too much, I will lose something important. People will judge me. I will become corrupt. You did not find this video by chance, because in this moment something inside you is ready to see, to remember, to dismantle the illusion that was built around your relationship with abundance. And when you see, when you truly see, everything changes. Not because you will do something different, but because you will become someone different. And the universe, this infinite field of conscious intelligence, responds only to what you are, not to what you want, not to what you say, but to what you vibrate. Quantum physics has already proven this. All matter is condensed energy. All reality is vibrational information organized by the consciousness of the observer. Money, this thing you call concrete, solid, external, is none of that. Money is a frequency, a wave of possibility that collapses into material form only when it encounters a compatible vibrational field. And if you are not receiving, it is not because the universe is denying you. It is because you are emitting a frequency of repulsion, a resistance so subtle, so ancient, that it has become invisible to you, but not to the field. The quantum field registers everything. Every thought, every emotion, every unconscious belief you carry as absolute truth. And then it returns to you, with mathematical precision, the reality that corresponds exactly to the sum of all your internal frequencies. You look at your bank account and think it is the reflection of your effort. But in truth, it is the reflection of your vibration, of what you believe to be true about yourself, about the world, about what you deserve. And here is the most beautiful paradox of all. You do not need to create abundance. It already exists. Somewhere in the field of all possibilities, the most prosperous version of your life is already happening. You only need to tune in, like a radio that finds the right station, like a wave that enters into resonance with another, like a particle that collapses into form when the observer changes frequency. If this resonates with you, it is because your soul already knew. Now take a deep breath. Feel the weight of your body. Notice the space around you. You are about to cross a portal of consciousness, a place where logic meets mystery, where science bows before the invisible, where you finally understand that you are not here to learn something new. You are here to remember what has always been true. And the truth is this: you were born to thrive, not as a reward, not as an achievement, but as a natural state, like breathing, like expansion. And everything that stands between you and that truth is an illusion you are about to dissolve, an illusion built by generations, by stories that were passed from father to son, from mother to daughter, as if they were universal laws. But they are not. They are just beliefs. And beliefs can be changed. Frequencies can be adjusted. Realities can be rewritten. And yours is about to be. Let us talk about the field, the quantum field. This invisible ocean of energy and information that permeates every atom of the universe. Science calls it the quantum vacuum. Mystics call it universal consciousness. But the name does not matter. What matters is understanding that this field is alive, intelligent, responsive, and it does not differentiate between past, present, or future. For the field, everything already exists. All versions of your life, all possible realities, all timelines. And you, as a conscious observer, are constantly choosing which one to collapse into physical form. This is not a metaphor. This is physics. When scientists observed the behavior of subatomic particles in the double-slit experiment, They discovered something that forever changed the way we understand reality. Before being observed, particles exist in a state of superposition. That is, they are in all places at the same time, in all possibilities at the same time. But the moment a conscious observer directs their attention, the probability wave collapses, and only one reality manifests. The particle chooses a place, a state, a form. And here is what nobody told you. You are the observer. Your consciousness is what collapses the wave. Your attention, your belief, your emotion, your vibrational frequency are what determine which possibility will become real. The universe is not creating your reality. You are, at every instant, with every thought, with every feeling, with every story you tell yourself about who you are and what is possible for you. You are remembering, not learning. And when it comes to money, most people are collapsing, repeatedly, the same reality of scarcity, not because they want to, but because they are trapped in a frequency of lack, and that frequency was programmed very early, in childhood, in the phrases you heard, in the behaviors you saw, in the emotions you absorbed from the environment around you. Money doesn't grow on trees. Money is dirty. Rich people are dishonest. We need to suffer to earn a living. We are not at that level. Those who have a lot of money forget where they came from. Money changes people. These phrases are not just words. They are neurological commands. They create pathways in your brain, synapses, automatic patterns of thought and emotion that repeat without you noticing. And every time you think, I don't have enough money, every time you feel that tightness in your chest when you see the price of something, every time you compare yourself with someone who has more, you are reinforcing the same frequency. You are telling the field, show me more lack, show me more limitation, show me more reasons to believe I am not worthy, and the field, like a perfect mirror, obeys. But let us go deeper. Let us understand what really happens at the cellular level, at the energetic level when you maintain a belief of scarcity. Your body is composed of approximately 37 trillion cells, and each of these cells has receptors. Receptors that capture the chemical and electrical signals sent by the brain and the heart. When you think a thought, when you feel an emotion, you are releasing neurotransmitters and hormones into the bloodstream, and these chemical substances travel through the entire body, reach every cell, and tell it how to behave. If you live in a state of stress, of fear, of worry about money, your body is constantly releasing cortisol and adrenaline, and these substances in excess put cells into survival mode. They close, they contract, they stop growing, stop regenerating, stop creating. Because in survival mode, the body is not interested in prosperity. It is interested in not dying. And here is the cruel paradox. The more you worry about money, the more you focus on lack, the more you vibrate scarcity, the more your body enters survival mode. And in survival mode, you cannot think clearly. You cannot see opportunities. You cannot make creative decisions. You can only react, repeat patterns, do what you have always done, and continue obtaining what you have always obtained. But there is good news, news that changes everything. The quantum field has no memory. It does not care about what you were yesterday. It does not care about how many times you have failed. It does not care about your history. The field responds only to the now, to the frequency you emit at this exact moment. And this means you can change, not in a year, not after achieving something. Now, in this instant, you can choose a new frequency, and the universe immediately will begin to reorganize the reality around you to correspond to this new vibration. This is not magic. This is neuroscience. This is quantum biology. When you change the way you feel, you change the chemistry of your body. You change the electrical signals that your heart emits. You change the electromagnetic field that surrounds your body. And that field, that halo of invisible energy that the ancients called the aura, interacts directly with the quantum field. It sends information. It transmits a vibrational signature. And the universe, this ocean of infinite possibilities, reads that signature and responds. If you vibrate scarcity, you attract scarcity. If you vibrate fear, you attract reasons to be afraid. If you vibrate unworthiness, you attract situations that confirm you are not worthy. Not because the universe is cruel, but because the universe is precise. It gives you exactly what you are asking for energetically. And most people are asking, every day without knowing it, for exactly what they do not want. The heart emits an electromagnetic field that can be measured up to 3 meters away from the body. This field is 5,000 times more powerful than the field emitted by the brain, and it carries information. Information about what you feel, what you believe, what you vibrate, and this information travels. It propagates through space. It interacts with other people, with situations, with the very fabric of reality. So when you feel gratitude, when you feel abundance, when you feel that you already have, you are literally sending a signal to the universe. A signal that says, I am complete, I am full, I am satisfied. And the universe responds by sending more reasons for you to feel that way. More abundance, more synchronicity, more flow. But when you feel lack, when you feel fear, when you feel that you need, you are sending a signal of emptiness. And the universe, trying to help you, gives you more experiences that correspond to that emptiness. More lack, more reasons to be afraid, more situations that confirm you need. Do you understand what this means? It means the universe is not punishing you. It is not testing you. It is not denying you anything. It is simply reflecting back to you the frequency you are emitting, like an echo, like a mirror, like an automatic response to a question you did not even know you were asking. And the question that most people are asking energetically every day is, why don't I have? Why am I not enough? Why is life so hard? And the universe, obedient, precise, loving in its own way, responds, here is more evidence that you do not have. Here is more confirmation that you are not enough. Here is more difficulty. But now you know, and knowing changes everything. Because knowledge without application is just information. But knowledge with consciousness is transformation. And transformation is what you are about to experience, not as a concept, but as a sensation, as vibration, as the collapse of a new reality. Because money is not the problem. It never was. The problem is the frequency you associated with money, and that frequency can be reprogrammed. Now, in this moment, while you breathe, while you listen, while you allow something within you to dissolve and something new to be born. Keep listening. Something in you is awakening. There is a moment, a single moment, where everything changes. It is not when you understand. It is when you feel, when something inside you clicks, when information stops being external and becomes part of who you are. And that moment is happening now. You can feel it, can't you? That subtle vibration, that tingling, that sensation that something is moving inside you. It is your frequency changing, because you are not creating abundance. You are becoming abundance. And there is a fundamental difference between creating and becoming. Creating implies effort. It implies that something is outside of you and you need to go get it. But becoming is alignment. It is recognition. It is remembering that you already are, that you always have been, that somewhere in some layer of your consciousness, you always knew that prosperity is not something you conquer. It is something you allow, and allowing is the opposite of forcing. Think about trees. They do not try to grow. They simply grow. They do not make an effort. They do not doubt. They do not ask themselves if they are worthy of height. They simply absorb nutrients from the earth, light from the sun, water from the rain, and grow, naturally, inevitably, as if there were no other option. Think about your heart. It does not try to beat. It simply beats. From the moment you were conceived until the moment you depart, it beats, without asking permission, without questioning if it deserves to continue. It simply does what it was designed to do, and it does it with perfection. Think about the universe. It does not try to expand. It simply expands. Every second, millions of stars are born, galaxies move away from each other, space widens, and none of this happens with effort. It happens with flow, with natural movement, with the constant dance of energy organizing itself into form, because the fundamental nature of existence is abundance. It is flow. It is constant movement of energy toward form, and you, as part of this nature, as an expression of this infinite intelligence, were not designed to struggle. You were designed to flow, but at some point, you learned to resist, to doubt, to protect yourself. You created armor around your heart and called it realism. You built walls around your dreams and called it maturity. You cut the connection with the field of infinite possibilities and called it being practical. And then, from within that invisible prison, you looked at the world and said, why doesn't abundance come to me? And the answer has always been, because you closed the door, because you put up a barrier, because you started to believe that you needed to fight, force, deserve, prove, when the truth has always been, you only needed to allow. Allow the flow to happen. Allow the universe to surprise you. Allow things to be easier than you imagined. Allow abundance to be natural, not exceptional. Remain in this field for a few more moments. The answer is simple, so simple that the logical mind resists. Because the mind wants complication. It wants strategies. It wants steps. It wants guarantees. But the quantum field does not work that way. The field responds to simplicity, to clarity, to the purity of intention aligned with emotion. And the most powerful emotion of all is not desire. It is not hope. It is not even faith. It is gratitude. It is the feeling that it has already happened, that it is already real, that you are already living in the version of your life where everything flows. Because time, in the quantum field, is not linear. Past, present, and future exist simultaneously. They are just different points of observation in the same field of possibilities. And when you feel gratitude for what has not yet manifested in physical form, you are collapsing the timeline. You are bringing the future into the now. You are telling the universe, I am already that person. I already live that reality. Show me the way. And the way opens, not in the way you expect, not following the plan you created, but in ways so synchronized, so precise, so miraculous, that you will look back and realize this was not coincidence. This was alignment. This was the field responding to my new frequency. This was the universe conspiring in my favor. You are not creating the new. You are remembering what has always been. Every particle of the universe already recognizes your name. Every atom of your body already knows you are made of the same substance as the stars. Every cell already carries the information of prosperity, of health, of love, of fullness. And all you need to do is stop blocking, stop resisting, stop believing the story that you are not enough, because you are. You always have been. And now in this moment something is changing, not because you learned something new, but because you remembered something ancient, something that was dormant within you, something that always knew that life is not a battle. It is a dance, and money is not the prize at the end. It is the rhythm you choose to dance. You know what happens when you truly understand this? When you truly feel this, everything relaxes, tension dissolves, the struggle ends, and in place of effort, something much more powerful emerges. Certainty, the certainty that you are in the right place, at the right time, at the right frequency, and that everything that needs to reach you is already on its way, not because you are forcing, but because you are allowing. And allowing is not passivity. Allowing is the most powerful act that exists. It is letting go of control. It is trusting the process. It is knowing that the universe has an infinitely greater intelligence than your limited mind. And that when you stop trying to control everything, when you stop micromanaging every detail, when you relax and trust, things begin to flow in ways you could never have planned. So breathe, feel this. Allow this truth to enter, not with the mind, with the body, with the cells, with the energetic field that surrounds you, and that is, at this exact moment, reorganizing itself, expanding, aligning with a new frequency, the frequency of natural abundance, of prosperity without effort, of constant flow. And when you vibrate at this frequency, the universe has no choice. It must give you what corresponds to that vibration, not because you asked, but because you became. You became the magnet. You became the portal. You became the very frequency of abundance, and when you are abundance, abundance comes to you, not as something external, but as a reflection, as an echo, as the universe saying, I recognize you, I see you, I know who you are, and here is everything that has always belonged to you. Now, close your eyes, or if you are in motion, simply soften your gaze. Allow the world around you to become less important than the world within you, because it is inside that everything begins. It is inside that reality is shaped, and you are about to enter that sacred space, the space where creation happens. Take a deep breath. Inhale through your nose. Slowly, deeply, feel the air entering, filling your lungs, expanding your chest. Hold for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. And now exhale through your mouth. Slowly, very slowly. Feel the release. Feel the surrender. And as you exhale, allow all tension, all worry, all resistance to leave your body like smoke. Breathe like this one more time. Inhale, hold, exhale, and feel your body relax. Feel your shoulders drop. Feel your jaw soften. Feel your forehead smooth. Feel the weight of your body being supported by the earth. You are safe. You are present. You are here. Now imagine that around your body there is a field of light, a golden light, soft, warm, vibrant. It pulses with the rhythm of your heart. It expands with each breath. And within that light, there is a frequency, the frequency of abundance, the frequency of natural prosperity, the frequency of flow. See that light. Feel that light. Allow it to become brighter, more intense, more real. And as it grows, you notice that it is not just around you. It is within you. It has always been. You just were not paying attention. Breathe that light in. Feel it entering through the pores of your skin, filling every cell, every organ, every bone, every thought. And as it enters, something is leaving. Something heavy, something ancient, something you have carried for too long. The beliefs of lack, the memories of scarcity, the fears of not being enough, the voices that said you do not deserve, the stories that taught you that money is difficult. All of this is dissolving, like smoke, like mist, like shadows that disappear when light arrives. Stay here. This is the point where time stops. Continue breathing. Continue feeling the light. And now, bring to mind an image. The image of you living in total abundance. Do not force it. Just allow it to appear. See yourself waking up in a place where everything flows, where there is no worry, where there is no tightness, where money arrives with ease, with naturalness, like breathing, like the waves of the ocean, like the sunrise. See yourself making decisions from freedom, not from survival. See yourself choosing what you truly want, not what you can afford. See yourself helping, creating, sharing, living. See yourself smiling, relaxed, at peace, because you know you are sustained, that you are supported, that you are being guided. And now, feel. Do not just visualize. Feel. Feel the sensation of relief, of lightness, of gratitude. Feel your chest expand. Feel the smile wanting to emerge on your lips, the smell, the sound, the temperature. Make it so real within you that your body cannot differentiate between imagination and experience. Because for the nervous system, there is no difference. For the quantum field, there is no difference. When you feel, you create. When you vibrate, you attract. When you become, you manifest. Breathe with that sensation. Inhale abundance. Exhale scarcity. Inhale prosperity. Exhale fear. Inhale worthiness. Exhale guilt. Inhale gratitude. Exhale doubt. And with each cycle, with each breath, you are reprogramming. You are retuning. You are collapsing a new timeline. Now, place your hand on your heart. Feel it beating. This incredible organ that has never stopped, that has never doubted, that has never asked if it was worthy of beating. It simply beats, and with each beat, it sends an electromagnetic signal that is 50 times stronger than that of the brain, a signal that travels through space, that interacts with the field, that communicates to the universe who you are, what you feel, what you vibrate. And in this moment, your heart is saying, I am abundance, I am prosperity, I am flow, I am deserving, I am enough, I am. Feel this echoing, within you, around you, in the invisible field that connects you with everything and everyone, and know that, at this exact instant, the universe is listening, it is reorganizing, it is aligning people, events, opportunities, synchronicities, everything to correspond to this new frequency you are emitting. You do not need to know how. You do not need to control the process. You only need to maintain the frequency. You only need to return to this feeling. Every day, every time fear appears, every time doubt whispers, every time the old story tries to pull you back, you return here. You breathe. You feel. You remember. Continue breathing. Continue feeling. Continue being. Because the work is not to do. The work is to be. And when you are abundance, abundance flows to you, not as effort, but as magnetism, not as achievement, but as recognition, as if the universe said, finally, finally you remembered who you are, finally you opened the door. Now let me show you what has always been waiting for you. Return to this message whenever you want to remember who you are, and then, slowly, begin to return. Bring consciousness back to the body, to the breath, to the space around you. Move your fingers, move your feet, open your eyes slowly, but also bring the frequency, the sensation, the certainty. Do not leave it behind. Carry it with you, in the cells, in the field, in the way you walk, speak, decide, live, because you have just done something that most people never do. You entered the field. You changed the frequency. You collapsed a new possibility. And now, all that remains is to observe. Observe how the world around you begins to reflect this internal change. Observe how opportunities appear, how doors open, how the flow begins. And so we arrive at the end, but not at the finish. Because what you experienced here does not end when the sound stops. What you experienced here is an awakening. And awakening is not an event. It is a process. It is an unfolding. It is a journey back home, to truth, to essence, to who you always were before the world told you who you should be. You came here looking for answers about money, about prosperity, about how to change your financial reality. But what you found was something greater. You found the key that opens all doors. And that key is not a technique. It is not a method. It is not a hidden secret. The key is consciousness. The consciousness that you are not a victim of reality. You are the creator of reality. And everything you need to change the external already exists within you. The universe was not denying you anything. You were denying yourself, not out of malice, not out of weakness, but out of ignorance, out of programming, out of believing in stories that were never yours, inherited stories, transmitted, repeated until they became invisible, until they became part of your internal operating system. And now, in this moment, those stories are beginning to dissolve. They are losing power, because you saw, you felt, you remembered, and remembering is the beginning of everything. In the coming days, pay attention, pay close attention, to synchronicities, to small changes, to unexpected conversations, to ideas that appear out of nowhere, to opportunities that arise as if they had always been waiting for you, because they were. The quantum field was already organizing everything. You only needed to change the frequency to begin to perceive. And perhaps at first the mind will try to doubt. It will say, that was just coincidence. That has nothing to do with that video. That is not real. Because the logical mind resists mystery. It wants proof. It wants guarantees. It wants control. But you now know something the mind does not know. You know that reality is not solid. You know that everything is energy. You know that the observer creates the observed. And when you know this, deeply, doubt loses its force. This video did not end. It continues within you. Because what was planted here is not information. It is vibration. It is an energetic seed in your field. And that seed will grow. It will expand. It will manifest in ways you cannot even imagine yet. And all you need to do is water it. Water it with attention, with presence, with the conscious choice to return, every day, to the frequency you experienced here. You do not need to believe in me. You need to believe in your own experience, in what you felt, in what you perceived, in the click that happened within you while these words echoed. Because that click did not come from outside. It came from within, from the part of you that always knew, that always remembered. That was just waiting for the right moment to awaken. And that moment is now, not tomorrow, not when you have more money, not when the situation improves. Now, because the now is the only point of power you have. The past is gone. The future is not yet. But the now is where creation happens. It is where you choose. It is where you vibrate. It is where you collapse the wave of possibilities into physical form. So what do you choose? Scarcity or abundance? Fear or trust? Resistance or flow? The choice is yours. It always has been. It always will be. And each choice, each thought, each emotion, each breath is a vote. A vote for the reality you want to experience. And the universe, this infinite field of loving intelligence, is counting the votes. It is listening to the frequency. It is responding. You are already vibrating differently. And as you continue your journey, know that you are not alone. There are millions of people at this exact moment going through the same transformation, awakening from the same illusion, remembering the same truth, and together, without knowing each other, without seeing each other, you are changing the collective field. You are raising the frequency of the planet. You are proving that it is possible. that abundance is not privilege, that prosperity is not luck, that life can be beautiful, full, magical, when you align with your true nature. And your true nature is light. It is love. It is expansion. It is creation. It is endless abundance. Breathe this. Feel this. Be this. And when you look back, in a few months, in a year, you will smile. You will remember this moment, this video, this awakening, and you will realize that it was not the beginning of something new. It was the return to what always was, to what never stopped being, to what was just waiting for you. You do not need to seek anything more. Everything you wanted has always been you. If your soul recognizes this truth, honor it now. Click subscribe, give this video a like, and believe. Allow the universe to continue the work that began here.